Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back. Once again, another reaction for you guys. Today, guys, of course, we are continuing the Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. This is Season 1, Episode 11. I got really excited seeing this title, Panther's Quest. So finally, it seems, we're going to be getting into Black Panther. Besides the little tease at the end of the Ant-Man episode before Breakout Part 1 and Part 2, then slowly he shows up in New York, and then he's in the mansion and everything, and then he helps Captain America by giving him his shield or whatever. I think that's what he did. But he helped out Captain America against the fight against Zemo. Now, finally, we're getting to Black Panther, essentially. I'm really excited for this because when they randomly, like in the last segment of the Ant-Man episode, before Breakout Part 1 and Part 2, they just showcased Wakanda and Black Panther. And we're seeing his father die. He takes another outfit or whatever, suit. And at the end of the episode, he's wearing the suit, running around, and then it cuts. And then we go to Breakout Part 1 and Part 2, and then, of course, he shows up. I think it was after the episode of Breakout Part 2 he shows up, I think. And then he's slowly just going around doing stuff. Like, he's investigating the Avengers because he goes into the little room. The room within Avengers Mansion where he pulls up all their files, essentially, all their pictures and stuff. And he's, I'm guessing, learning information about these different heroes. And I'm wondering, like, why he specifically, why he goes from Wakanda to New York. Is it because he was hearing a lot about these different heroes and people saving, like, people being good people within saving the world and saving people and stopping bad people and villains and shit? He thought, okay, I should go to New York to see what's going on here. Or maybe he's trying to figure out if they're legit or, you know, if they're actually good people. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to figure out some information that we're not really sure. Maybe there's someone within the Avengers that has some sort of connection to something he's trying to find out information for. I'm not really sure, but I'm really excited. So I'm going to stop rambling. Let's get into now, guys. I want to get into this fucking episode and see what they do here. So here we go, guys. Season 1, Episode 11, Panther's Quest. Let's get into it and see what they do with Black Panther within the show. Let's go.
That's him.
Okay.
Wait, what am I looking for again?
Okay. Okay, this is good.
It was a man.
Whatever he's wearing, it's absorbent to all energy spectra. And what he did to Jarvis. The system still doesn't register there having been another person there. Okay, fine. I'll admit it. Whoever
Interesting.
this intruder is, he's got
Well,
some
Enchantress got in.
technology.
Hello.
So he's not an Avenger.
Definitely not.
He's running at them. That tells me, okay, maybe my theory of like some sort of connection that he's trying to find with an Avenger or something is not good. Wow. One hit. So why is he fighting?
Now, are you ready to talk
Oh,
about
ants.
I agree.
He saved Captain America. But he must be going after someone specifically, I'm guessing, if he's why he's fighting. Maybe he's seeing how good they are? Wow.
I have simply seen enough. I wanted to assess your abilities firsthand.
I was kind of right.
I am T'Challa.
The Prince of Wakanda. But what are you doing here?
I need your help.
That has something to do with what's happening with Wakanda.
If your people are following this man-ape of their own free will, that's the end of the story. That's what the people want. You do not understand.
Okay.
The people are the problem.
Vibranium has the potential to change the world.
I agree.
Yeah.
But not necessarily for the better.
Yeah.
It can be used for
Stark
wrong.
Industries investigated the possibility of using vibranium to make weapons. Okay, how exactly do you know my systems inside and out?
I studied them. Inside and out.
So, who's up for invading Wakanda?
I mean, I don't think anyone's up for invading Wakanda, but apparently we're doing it.
You okay, Cap?
In my day, if something went this high, we didn't call it an airplane.
What did you call it?
Science fiction.
I mean, he's still got a lot to get used to, you know? It's not going to be easy for him.
You should avoid this area. The jungle here is too well protected.
Not necessarily. Yep. Hey, at least it landed like that, and not on direct impact.
We need to have a little talk, Kitty.
Hey, would you look at the time?
Kitty.
Shouldn't we be somewhere, like in a big fight against Hydra?
Yeah, that's true.
Right here.
Understood.
Wow, he didn't argue with me or anything. Everyone, take notes. He's a soldier. He follows orders.
Yeah.
And that is only scratching the surface of the
Oh, Mark Hamill, I forgot. He was the voice of Claw.
Claw, watch yourself.
If Strucker thinks he can cut me out, he is sorely mistaken.
Mm.
Only I have the technology to tap into the vibranium's power.
No, this isn't Hydra.
Interesting to see all of his face here. Because a lot of times when he has his hood up, they cover up the top half of his face.
Well, I've got my orders. Besides, I owe you one. You saved my life, remember? So you can let me help you, or we can go another route.
I mean, I would like to see
Man,
that.
took my father, and I did nothing.
I kind of wish Thor would answer his stupid phone.
Where is Thor? Maybe in the next episode they'll explain where he was or something. I don't know.
Beg you. A challenge has been issued.
Mm.
By tribal law, you must. I
Is
have
it-
no use for tradition.
Mm.
Crush the Panther.
Okay, he has no use for it. He's like, I don't need to do it. Uh-oh.
You know what I like most about Africa? Dorlus mandibularis, better known as African army ants.
Wow, that's a lot of ants.
The vibranium mound. If it absorbs too much energy,
It'll overload. And with that much vibranium, the explosion will take out half of Africa.
It's still running. Oh boy. Dude. What? Claw's dead, I think. Never mind. He transformed. Claw transformed. Who would have thunk it? Claw transformed. What?
Just take whatever vibranium you have and launch. Hydra's pulling out.
Never mind. You ain't taking it. So he's battling them because Man-Ape doesn't want to do tradition. And they're fighting a ghostly version of
Your father
a
trained them
ghostly
well.
version of Vibranium Claw.
Do not have anyone else's fair game. Tear the outsider apart.
They won't.
I will deal with the Panther.
Now he'll do a customs essentially because we have another person on the battlefield. What is growing? Okay. He seems to be going the strategy of evading and making him tire himself out. Careful.
Shall I show you the same mercy he showed my father? Ask him yourself when you join him.
Damn. Is that the same machine? Is that the same machine that was used on his father? I'm guessing. He's fighting it. He's like, I don't know what to do here.
The same man as my father-in-law. For my rage is greater.
Damn.
Whatever's happened to Clark would appear that he's become some kind of sound form. His body is now made of pure sound. So we have to shut him up. How?
T'Challa.
I don't like it when they like lower the intensity of a shot like that. It's all about sound for him now. Okay, so how are they gonna shut this down with the vibranium? How are they gonna do it?
my tingles more like normal pain.
Structural failure in 5, 4, 3, 2.
He was flying a pretty long distance within that. He wasn't that big.
The old ways allowed Man-Ape to do this, and the old ways must change. My
Well, like,
first order
okay.
as king is to let the council lead Wakanda. A council of the people,
You attacked us, you used us, you abandoned us. Now you want to join us? Why should we trust you?
You shouldn't. I will earn your trust.
Okay, that's a
Should
good
you
answer.
allow me to join me?
It's a good answer.
Probably our best bet for a ride home, too.
Stay sharp. I don't want any.
Oh, shit. There you guys have it, episode 11 of season 1 of Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Panther's Quest. Now, really enjoyed this episode. I really like the fact that they didn't waste any time within this episode getting right to Black Panther and just kind of like, hey, you know, this is a thing. He was in the mansion. They didn't mention the last episode, which I'm like, why? Like, because he saved Cap and Cap mentioned him, and then they had a whole episode where he was not at all there. Nothing was mentioned about him. Or maybe there wasn't mentioned, but I don't think there was. But they start off this episode with showcasing where they have footage, because I guess the mansion's always recording everything, and there's Panther right there, and he saves Cap, giving him his shield, and gets the battle against Zemo. And so they immediately do that, and then Panther just shows up. He's right outside the mansion. He's right there on the gate, which they must have fixed the gate after Hulk just smashed it in, because he's like, I want to get in the fucking thing, because Hulk was pissed off that they were all late when they introduced the mansion in that episode. But Panther was there, and I'm thinking, okay, so why is he attacking them? I started thinking as the fighting's going on, is he there because someone specific he's going after because they have some sort of connection to something, and he's going after them because of that? Maybe he's testing them to see how good they are, and it was the testing he wanted to see because he wanted to ask for their help. And they explain within that one little quick scene earlier in the season where Panther shows up in the mansion, and he was doing all that research in that room or whatever when they were looking up through the computer and looking through the database at the Avengers. He goes and like, well, I went through your stuff. Like, I know, Tony, I know how your computer works and everything. So he asked for their help because within the episode they introduced him towards the end of the Ant-Man episode, we see his father getting essentially dethroned, killed by Manape. And so he left, and then I guess he was trying to find people to help him, so he went with the Avengers, tested them out. It was pretty interesting to see Black Panther take them all out essentially, but Tony claimed he was holding back. I don't know if he really was, but Black Panther is a powerful ally for sure. Definitely don't want him as a foe, and they decide to go along. And I didn't think about it at first, like, oh, Thor's not even there, and I'm trying to think, why is Thor not even there? Maybe they probably have a story reason why Thor's not around. There's something's going on with Thor specifically. And so we had them going on Quinjet, and it gets shot down. We didn't get to see Tony and Wasp and Ant-Man fight the Wakanda army or whatever, but it just showcased they won the fight, but it wasn't easy. But the main focus of this was Claw returning, which of course Mark Hamill, love Mark Hamill, and I think he did a pretty good job. I like the fact they referenced like the look of Claw as Abe Lincoln. That was pretty funny. I was like, I didn't see that, but now that Tony said it, it makes a lot of sense. Like, it's Abe Lincoln. So the main thing was Black Panther taking back the throne from Manape, and also Claw becoming some sort of ghostly creature that's basically like created with the vibranium in his weapon that he had on some sort of deflector or something on his arm that caused him to be some sort of like ghostly creature that made out of vibranium. And it was weird because Claw was talking as Claw, but then when he became this creature based on the vibranium, fading in and out on the vibranium, he was talking about sound and vibration. Like, that was his, like, so essentially when he absorbed into the vibranium because it was like too much, because there was so much energy going on, and it caused and I thought Claw died, but it caused him to become this thing, but he's now like sound or something. Like, it was really weird. But I like the solution of it to where they use vibranium to stop him. So they put his machine, essentially, that was causing him to be this way, they put the machine inside some vibranium, and it caused him to stop. So I'm guessing Claw's dead. So I'm guessing that means Claw is dead now. There's no physical form of him alive at this point. He's dead. So they killed off Claw. Wasn't expecting that. And I was thinking about that too earlier, about how maybe he's going after Ant-Man, or he wants to talk to Ant-Man or something. Maybe that's why he's doing some research in the Avengers, because Ant-Man had a run-in with Claw. Maybe that's what it was. But just ultimately he just wanted to wanted their help. I like that Cap, even though he was set by Tony, I like that they made the decision to have Cap with Tony, Cap with Black Panther. Story-wise, it makes sense, but I like how they also did it too, because the story of it was because you saved me, even though I was given the order to follow you from Tony. I'm here because you saved me, and I want to be there for you. Blah 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 blah. You know, I owe you one. And so, the traditional thing of it was supposed to be Black Panther fight Man-Ape. 101, that's it. Well, sticking to traditions, Black Panther's like, look, we have to get outside the traditions. Traditions got us to this point where everything's bad. We have to break old traditions. We have to make new with Wakanda. We have to turn things around. We have to make things different. And so even though that was the instance, he still fought Man-Ape 101. And Cap fought those two female guards or whatever that are with Man-Ape. And so that was a pretty good fight there too. Black Panther, I mean, they showcased that, like, I don't remember them showing the machine specifically that was also used on his father when they introduced Wakanda and everything within that episode of Ant-Man. But they showcased the thing. It's the same thing essentially as the machine that was on Claw's arm that ultimately became the thing that the device that made him become that ghostly creature. And so we see the device. He overcomes it, and one hit knocks out Man-Ape. Man-Ape's not dead, so my guess is he'll still return at some point for something, maybe. We'll see about that. I like at the end where he's going through all this stuff about saying we need to change things and over that. He says, I want to join the Avengers. And Tony's like, well, you did this, this, and this. He listed all the things he did. Why should we trust you? And I like the response. Instead of going, well, come on, I'm a good guy, or something along that lines, he goes, you shouldn't. I'm going to earn your trust. Like, that's good. Now, the Wakandan people, is that how you pronounce it? How to say that way. I wonder how they're ultimately going to take this new direction of where we're not going to be in hiding, where you're going to be leaving us to go and fight with the Avengers. I don't know, because that's pretty far away. Africa, you know, with the Wakanda in New York, it's really far away, so are they okay with their king going that far? I guess I'll be okay with it until he gets challenged by somebody. But ultimately, I think this is interesting. And then the ending there, the ending of this episode, which had no real tie-in to anything happening in this episode. I was expecting another Enchantress situation, because Enchantress was picking up villains within the last couple episodes. Within this one, we saw the arm, what I'm assuming was Abomination, and then this green thing shooting out from the cube, which is no longer, well, I mean, it's still the cube, but the prison's non-functional now. But what's going to happen? I don't know. But I got really excited, because I really enjoyed what they've done so far with Black Panther, like, you know, little bits and pieces, but I wanted to know more. And then, boom, here he is in the episode. And then he's talking to them, and now he's joining the Avengers. It's pretty cool. So what do you guys think of this episode of Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes? I'm curious to know, guys, what were some of your favorite bits part of this episode. Can't wait to get to the next one. I'll talk to you guys soon.